In this In the Loop, I'm joined by Craig Harrison from our accounting team, and we wanted to talk about the recent decision between the State Revenue Office of New South Wales and Uber, an $81 million hit Uber took with this recent decision. Tell us about the core of the case and what people need to know about it.
It was an $81 million payroll tax hit that Uber copped. At its core, there'd been previously a case that Uber had won. It went to appeal. State Revenue Office was trying to link the drivers of Uber with Uber under their contracts as providing a service to Uber. A whole bunch of facts within the case, but the Court of Appeal found that there was a link of services provided to Uber and not just to the various riders.
So essentially, the Court of Appeal said that the drivers were providing a service to Uber rather than a service to all the individual, users of Uber.
Yeah, correct. And that was the link they were able to establish to raise a payroll taxes.
Yeah, okay. So what other industries do you think might have implications from this?
Could be relatively broad, actually. The first commentary was around the gig economy, but there's medical centres that do something sort of similar for their doctors. There's real estate agencies that have contracted salespeople. Fairly wide-ranging, really.
Yeah, so anyone that uses contracts to provide a service, I suppose it has impact. And what about, is this just a future-looking thing that we need to start thinking about, or is it a historical concern as well?
Well, it's definitely a future thing, but it's also historical. The various Office of State Revenue can go back up to 5 years. Important to note, this was just New South Wales, so it'll be nationally. Really?
So you could now be Queensland State Revenue Office talking to Uber and applying the same rules across very similar legislation in each state, isn't there?
Yeah, they're looking to harmonise, so it's fairly similar.
So have you seen much activity from the state revenue offices around Australia?
Well, anecdotally, yes, there has been a fair bit of activity. And there's some fairly real payroll tax obligations being raised, as I understand.
And the risk is very real. If you've got a lot of contractors within your business, it's very real. What would you suggest people do?
Well, first of all, if you engage agents or contractors, I suggest that you look at getting a review of the arrangements you've got and potentially the contracts you use. And then at least you understand what your risk might be, and then you can take some action from there.
Yeah, okay. Of course, anybody who has a lot of contractors within their business should get advice specifically customized to your circumstances. So please reach out to us if you'd like us to help you or direct you to somebody who will be able to help you. I would like to emphasize that this case is most likely to be appealed again, given the size. $81 million, I could see Uber throwing a few bucks at trying to reverse this decision and take it to the High Court. So as I said, if you do have any questions, please reach out to Craig or your usual contact here at Business Depot, and we'd love to look after you.